Hello VC, Mark here. Welcome to Recent Vinyl Finds number 60, Record Store Day edition. I'm going to show you a couple titles I picked up at my local shops. Early that morning I went on to walmart.com and purchased a few records off of that site. Stopped off at Urban Outfitters. They were having a clearance sale, 50% off the reduced price. So that always presents an opportunity to pick up some blind buys, some titles that you don't know. And then I stopped off at my local antiques mall. If you remember, I started a classic country music crate, picking up really pristine copies of country and western artists. That specific vendor is having a sale, 50% off of just about any item in her case. So I picked up a few more of those albums. So I'm going to start off with the one album from the current Record Store Day list that I was really interested in, and that is the Prince 12-inch mix of Get Off from Diamonds and Pearls. Just a number one, an amazing album. From 1990, he was with a brand new band. He was still just really an innovator. Later on in the decade, he would kind of resort to some of the fads of the day, incorporating some rap into his music. But from probably his third album on through Diamonds and Pearls, he was just a trailblazer. There are so many excellent songs on Diamonds and Pearls. Of course, Get Off, Cream, the title track, Money Doesn't Matter Tonight. It's just a solid album through and through. So I was really happy to pick this one up. I have the original 12-inch remix that came out at the time, but of course not the highly sought after promo. So this is nice to add to my collection. And that's the only title that I purchased off of the current Record Store Day list. I went to this another record shop who always marks down the previous years or previous Record Store Day titles, and in this case they had them marked at 50% off, and I found three bangers. One I already had in my collection, but I'm going to gift this copy to a friend. I'm going to start off with the Twilight Reeling by Lou Reed. This is a limited edition of 9,000 copies. It was originally marked at $35, so 50% off of that. You're looking around 18 bucks, a real steal. This is actually, there's three sides, and then the fourth side, there's an etching on it, which I'm not so much a fan of. That process usually does not result in a totally flat disc. But regardless, I'm a huge fan of Lou Reed's, and glad to add this to my collection. I picked up this great Who title from 1981, Face Dances, and this has one of my favorite Who tracks on it, You Better You Bet. I have not cracked this one open yet. I don't know, people say that that process really doesn't net a better sounding cut, but I have some Mobile Fidelity releases, older ones from back in the going all the way back to the 80s and early 90s that were half-speed mastered, and they sound phenomenal. So I think it has a lot to do with the cutting engineer and possibly the deck that they're using. Regardless, again, this was also $35, so it was 18 bucks. Has some extras on it. Let's see. Plus live tracks from the 1981 Rock Palace concert, cut at Abbey Road Studios. That's about it. This is expanded to 18 tracks. So great price on this one. I will let you know how that sounds. And this would have to be my favorite record store release title. This is by The Replacements, and this is their first live professional recording from 1981, recorded in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Limited edition of 14,000 copies. Live at 7th Street Entry. Again, this was priced at $35, and of course the same discount applied. Can't wait to hear this one. Just filled with obviously early tracks. There's probably over 30 tracks on this one, so I'm going to enjoy that. So that completes my record store day purchases. I'll move on to my Walmart purchases, and these were not all $15 each. They're kind of, they range all over the board. I'll start with this one. This was $13 and change. Shen Connor, I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got. This is her debut. This is a wonderful album. Andy Rourke contributed to a lot of the tracks. Of course, you all know her cover of Prince's Nothing Compares to You. This is the definitive version of that song. Sorry, Prince, but Shanae, and I don't know who produced that track, to be honest with you, but they got that right. They just captured the magic of that song. But this is filled with great songwriting. You have Jump in the River, the title track, The Emperor's New Clothes. Just excellent. Great find. And this was a bit of a blind buy. One of my good friends, he's still into hardcore punk. He just really always talks up this band. This is The Occasional Strain. I don't know, hardcore I would call it. This is a marbled kind of gray brown pressing. I'll have to say I was not impressed. This is nice cut out as well. And this was $12. I hate the Cookie Monster kind of vocal. I don't know if I even want to call it singing. The guitar work on a few of the tracks is really good. I actually enjoyed Car Bomb, and what was the other one? Oh, I forget the other track, but there were just a couple that I thought the guitar work was really strong on. But overall, I think I moved on from a lot of this hardcore punk music. I don't play the albums that I had from my youth, and I certainly don't seek out new hardcore bands. So I'm going to gift that album to someone. This was a great buy. This was $15. This is Words and Music, made 1965 by Lou Reed. This was put out by Light in the Attic, which is a great reissue label. This is just on standard edition black wax, which I always prefer. Let's see, features the earliest known recordings of I'm Waiting for the Man and one of my favorite songs of all time, Pale Blue Eyes. It also has Heroin, is made famous by the Velvet Underground, pressed at RTI, let's see, remastered from the original analog tapes. So this has everything going for it. I can't wait to play this one. This next one is by a phenomenal jazz bassist. I think she signed her first recording contract when she was just a teenager, and this was actually $10. This is by Esperanza Spalding, And the name of the album is Songwrites Apothecary Lab. And it looks like this may be some sort of freeform album because it has the same song listed through all 4 sides, Formuela, and I'm assuming there are different interpretations. A few of the tracks feature Corey King, and I think she's featured on both bass and possibly piano. I'm not sure. This is put out by Concord Recording Corp, so they always do high quality pressings, so I'm excited to hear that one as well. One item that I ordered was canceled, and I'm a little bit disappointed. It was a compilation by the Daptones, just a great neo-soul unit. They really do it up right, so I'll look for that at another time. All right, I did not mention this in the beginning. Of course, when I get the email from the Pearl Jam 10 Club, it's finished. Like, I needed another copy of Versus, but they always, like The Godfather, they suck me back in with an orange creamsicle 2 LP version cut at 45 RPM. Come on. Anyway, I bought it. These usually sell out instantly. I think a standard black version was released as part of just Black Friday. This looks quite nice. This is the second release by the band. It's just filled with classics. Go, Animal, 2 songs I love. Daughter, not too crazy about that one. Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, love that track. Dissident, just a great album. So that's that. And we can move on to my Urban Outfitter pickups. Again, these were half off of the sale price. So this one, all in, was $5. This is a band, the band Plains. I would say Americana, country western, folk flourishes. I Walk With You a Ways. Gorgeous harmonies, beautiful singing. I don't know the two, but one of them has such a pure tone. It reminds me of maybe a little bit of Linda Ronstadt's voice. I absolutely fell in love with this album. It's just a standard flat pressing. Let's see, a couple standouts were Last Two on Earth. Line of Sight was beautiful. I mean, all the tracks are just, again, the singing is sublime. Fell in love with this one. This is a band that just kind of fell out of favor with for one reason or the other. This was marked at $14. Picked it up for $7. This is the Alkaline Trio, Hot Water Music. Actually opened it, but I have not played it yet, so I can't really speak to the music on this recording. This was released in 2016. Fantastic songwriter, incredible. Just love his music. Again, this is in the vein of, I would say, Americana, country, again, kind of folky at times. Great songwriting, storytelling. Jason Isbell is with the 400 unit, Weather Vanes. This was $14 as well, so it was $7. Beautiful, high quality jacket. Some great studio shots. And I've played this album multiple times. It sounds amazing. Again, the songwriting is so honest. He's lived quite a life, had some struggles with alcohol and the sort, but he just I just love the honesty in his music. Some standouts: King of Oklahoma, If You Insist, When We Were Close. I just love this album. Really, really happy to pick this one up. I have to check. I think I have this one. Someday I will finish entering my collection into Discogs, and I will not run into this situation here. This one is by Beach House, Once Twice Melody. Another band I really enjoy. I have not opened this one yet. This one was $5 all in. 2 LP set. This is on Sub Pop from 2022, so it's a recent release. Looking forward to giving this one a listen. And the last one, this was definitely a blind buy. This was marked at $5, so it was $2.50. Senses Fail, Hell Is In Your Head. This is another, I would say, post-hardcore band. I have a feeling that it's not going to suit my taste, but you know what, $3, give it a listen. So that was my Urban Outfitters lot. And then I just have two albums that I purchased from Amazon. Got just a great price on this one. What's It Gonna Take? This is by Van Morrison. This is a 2 LP set. This was $12. Van is an excellent voice on this album. Can't Go On This Way is just a beautiful track. Great rhythm section throughout this whole album. Trying to see who was the producer or producers on this one. It's a really strong effort. I've played this one a few times now. It's just on standard black vinyl, although this is not totally flat, definitely playable, but I'm always a little irked when I don't get a new album that's totally flat. So there you have it. And then The Creek Drank the Cradle. This was the first LP released by Iron and Wine, another band I love. This is on Sub Pop. Acoustic album, some great, I believe, steel guitar playing on this one. Again, this would fall into the, I guess, kind of alternate folk, maybe. I'm terrible at placing albums and music into categories. But Lion's Mane is a great song. Faded from the Winter, An Angry Blade. This is a great album. Okay, now we'll conclude the video with my country titles. Again, I have this great old crate. It's a fruit crate. Great conversation piece. All these albums are in pristine condition. Not a huge fan of country and Western music, but I've grown to really appreciate the musicianship. A lot of the tracks incorporate acoustic upright bass, which is a sound that my ear gravitates to. I think that's what kind of pulls me into jazz music. I just love the sound of an upright bass. This was by far the most expensive of the bunch. This is marked at $16, so it was $8. This is Singing with Feeling, Loretta, Lynn. And I think all of these are from the 60s. This next one was marked 7, so it was $3.50. I love the old country and Western suits, so sharp. This is by Bill Anderson, I Love You Drops. And this is on the Decca label. And all of these albums are just in pristine condition. I'm confident that all of these came out of the same collection. There are hardly any spindle marks on any of the releases. Just really well cared for. The next one is by Bill Anderson and Jan Howard, For Loving You. This was $2.50. an artist I was not aware of. I actually played this one and enjoyed it. She's quite an accomplished guitar player. She goes by the name of Bonnie Guitar. Two Worlds. This is on Dot Records. This was $3. I mean, so these albums, these covers are from the 60s, and this is, I mean, there's not a sign of ring wear. Just beautiful on this one. This is Sammy Smith, Help Me Make It Through the Night. This is on the Mega label. Probably late 60s, I would guess. Actually, this one might be from 1970. But you get the point. These are at least 40 years old, and they look like new. Country, rockabilly, just love her music, love her output. Wanda Jackson, I've Gotta Sing. This was $5. Very cool cover. This next one is by Jan Howard. This is Jan Howard Country. I absolutely love this cover. I took it out of the cellophane. The Nashville Sound of Jody Miller. What a beautiful photo. Sorry, I have been struggling with this fucking chest cold since I got off the plane now 2 weeks ago, so you'll have to excuse my voice. It's better, but it's just not letting go here, so I apologize. Count Your Blessings, Woman. Another Jan Howard title. That one was $2.50. This one was $4. Judy Lynn voted the #1 most promising new country and western singer. And she actually composed a couple other songs on here. My Tears Are on the Roses, Some Kind of Fool. Not familiar with any of that. And then, let's see. She must have had a pretty good career because they put out a Best of Judy Lynn in that very cool hat and jacket. And let's see. I can't say I know a lot of these songs. And the last one is by David Houston. He sings 12 great country hits. And this is put out on Epic. And again, I mean, the previous owner switched out all the sleeves with these padded sleeves with the quarter notes on them. Again, just in pristine shape. So eventually I will get around to playing a lot of these albums. All right, that's all I have. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope to see you soon. Take care.